Hey everyone, welcome to Audi Niagara Trio. Today we have our special, our 2020 Audi RSQ8. For those of you who don't know, this is really everything we need for social distancing. 591 horsepower, 1G of road holding grip. We have 17.3 inch carbon ceramic brakes. This thing is a monster. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. You can have the whole soccer team in it. This huge German beast is just an absolute bonkers vehicle. So welcome to Audi Niagara Trio. We're gonna give a walk around here. So here we have the front of our bonkers RSQ8. So like any Q8, I mean, we still have our safety sensors, our radar sensors, everything built into the front. Now we have obviously a significantly more aggressive front fascia. Aerodynamics become a pretty significant issue, or a pretty key component to any vehicle that's, you know, producing 600 horsepower and is really kind of built for the track and for the road combined. So on top of just funneling air into the sort of the, let's say the intercoolers and the entry system with the turbocharged 4-liter V8, we also have our main splitter down here just to help the air direct around underneath the vehicle into our massive brake ducts. Everything just getting to all the components that we need to cool, direct, and give us a nice drag ratio as well. As we come around this one here, we have 23-inch wheels. 23-inch wheels. So huge wheels for our huge brakes. Obviously, we need some stopping power for a beast like this. And as we come in closer, we can just see how absolutely intense our carbon ceramic discs are. So they'll stop this thing on a dime. Obviously, it's not a small vehicle, so we need to be wary of that. And then as we come around, the body lines on the RSQ8 are truly amazing. This shares a lot of character with the Lamborghini Urus, so they're definitely very similar vehicles. This just comes without the bull. So we'll come into the rear here. Again, are super aggressive from our diffuser, our massive RS exhausts. The whole stance of the car is just, it's ridiculous. I mean, let's be honest. Really, we can see through these extensions here. This is really the wide body setup of the RSQ8. So this is how much wider it's going to sit than the current Q8. So really we have 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here. The whole thing gets a little bit more stout. With that, so with the wide body, you can see the body line all the way down. We have the Quattro Tornado lines, which really just give the body that little muscular, let's say, addition that we would expect. And then when we step inside, the beauty just continues. So we have, again, a really RS-oriented interior. We still have massage seating, but now we've got our Alcantara steering wheel. We have a true sport seat, true carbon fiber inlay. So all real carbon fiber, nothing fake here. And this is really where we get to experience the car the most. So here we have the interior layout, of course, that we expect from the Q8, now in the RSQ8. So we do have quite a bit, you know, the let's say the standard layout carries over. Now, obviously, we have a few more things in it, this being an Audi Sport Q8 versus just a standard Audi Q8. So one thing that we will notice, obviously, with our Alcantara steering wheel, we have now an RS mode. So basically what this can do is, through our drive select, we have a multitude of modes that we can set, but now we can individualize our true RS modes. So these are our quick modes that we can switch to on the fly. We don't have to go through all the drive select. we can be in, let's say, comfort mode, cruising along, and then, you know, whatever it be, we all of a sudden need the performance, we can immediately just click the RS mode and it'll switch everything. Now, when I say switch everything, I mean this vehicle is super, super advanced. It's not just a big engine in the Q8. What we have that's different, we have a different suspension now. It's a sport-derived air suspension system that is definitely much more performance-oriented. With that, as we go to vehicle here, with this, there's a multitude of things that we can adjust within that. So we have a 48 volt system that's devoted to the electronic anti-roll bars. So basically stabilizers within the suspension that prevent roll during cornering. That's what allows us to get to 1G of cornering load, something that you would usually see from high-end performance cars, we're now seeing in this sucker. The other thing that we have, so obviously the full air suspension system, we have a torque vectoring rear differential. So it will switch the torque between the rear wheels to help the car rotate in the corner better. Obviously, this is something that we care mostly about at the track. Going through all of that, we also have just our sport differential. So it already allows us to have much more rear bias from our all-wheel drive system. So we have a much higher performance just from the rear wheels, and then we can now torque vector that. These are all adjustments that we can make through just our RS modes here. It'll also change our screen to show us where we're in a more race-focused position, or if we're just cruising along, we can switch to comfort and we can watch as our suspension rises and allows us to be more comfortable. With our display, we have everything that we could realistically ever want here. So we can switch to our lap times when we're at the track, we can get our statistics, we can bring it all up onto our heads-up display, which is right in front of me. So we can bring everything up specifically to what's important to us. So we can record our 0 to 60 times, which is 3.6 seconds. I think we can do a little bit better than that. We can record our quarter mile times, everything that we need to. Obviously, this would be when we're at the track. So really, this is a track-oriented vehicle that allows us to outperform the Porsche Cayenne turbos of the world in a beautiful, beautiful package. Something that is probably one of the nicest SUVs that's ever been penned. We're very fortunate here at Audi to have our engineers do something like this. So come on in, guys. Come check it out. You will be completely blown away at just what is possible from this SUV.